A very, very good morning, friends, and a very, very warm welcome to all of you to the 48th episode of Health with the Scientific Meditation channel. Today is 29th of November 2021, and you are all watching us live on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Friends, this is Kirti, your host. I'm a professional anchor, writer, news translator for All India Radio Pune. I host music shows, award functions, release functions, seminars, business meets, conferences, and as I always mention, I anchor any event that needs an anchor to light up the event and make it more relevant for the audience. Friends, we have been always talking about physical, mental, and emotional health on all the episodes of Health with the Scientific Meditation channel. We have also been hearing about different literature that is available related to meditation. The purpose is to understand what is meditation and to understand how we can focus in a better way on our goals and dreams in life and to lead a better physical, mental, and emotional life. Friends, today we will be discussing on a beautiful piece of literature which is called as The Family and the Nation. Very interesting book, a very interesting piece of literature, which probably tells us how we can make a better life for ourselves, our family, as well as our nation. To discuss on this interesting piece of literature, please join me in extending a very, very warm welcome to Jyotindra Saveri.
Namaste.
Namaste, sir. A very, very warm welcome to this episode of Health with the Scientific Meditation channel.
Thank you.
Jyotin Zaveri is an astute IT professional with a very, very long and a wide experience of more than 45 years in the IT domain. In these 45 years, he has worked for several clients for several corporates across the world. Today, he is known to all of us as digital media expert, a digital marketing expert, and a social media expert, and also a guru, a teacher, a preacher for scientific meditation who has been helping people around the world to make their life better, to help them align their internal energies towards their goals and dreams in life. Jyoti sir, you have been always telling us on different episodes of Health Mitra Scientific Meditation channel that besides many teachers who are teaching yoga or meditation, there has been a wonderful literature, not only in ancient times of India, but even in recent times, because people have been realizing across the world, even the people working in the field of science and engineering have been realizing that there is something more than intellect, there is something more to life besides intellect to make life better for everybody. And I think it is through this thought process, or maybe through this effort, a beautiful piece of literature came up some years back, and it is called as The Family and the Nation. I would like to begin a discussion by asking you what is so special about this piece of literature? Why have we chosen this piece of literature for discussion over our episode of Health Mitra Scientific Meditation channel?
Yes, Kirti. This is a very, very special book,
Okay.
and it is special because it is written by the most beloved president of India, APJ Kalam.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he was a great scientist, rocket scientist,
Yes.
missile man, he is called, and
Yes.
great leader. In
Yes.
India, there are very few such leaders, and APJ Kalam wrote this book. Second speciality of this book is it is written by a spiritual guru. It's the first
Okay.
time in India.
Okay.
I think there is a combination, a co-author, a president of India, and a spiritual guru. Two great personalities have written a book, and the spiritual guru is Acharya Sri Mahapragya. Acharya Sri Mahapragya is also my guru. He is the person who invented, who discovered this Preksha meditation system on
Okay.
based on which we are teaching this scientific meditation system. So I
Okay.
learned this scientific meditation system from the spiritual guru Mahapragya, who has written this book along with President APJ Kalam. The third speciality of this book is it is also my brother Muni Mahendra Kumar was associated with this book, and in this book, it is acknowledged in the acknowledgement section and mentioned about my brother who helped in making this book. This is the book I'm talking about, The Family
Okay.
and Nation. The Family and
Okay.
Nation. It's amazing book. Yeah,
Okay.
Kirti.
Okay. A very rare combination, as you said. The president of the country, who is himself a very technically sound man, known to the entire world as the missile man. So, obviously, somebody with a very strong intellect, and as you mentioned, a person with excellent leadership qualities. So, the president of the country, with such a wonderful background of education as well as a great work in the field of technology, coming together with a spiritual guru, something very different, something very unheard, a very rare combination. I would like to ask you, like, what is the background of this piece of literature coming up? Like, how did it all happen? Like, how did the president get associated with a spiritual guru, and how did he how did he write about spirituality and the role of spirituality in building the family as well as the nation?
Yeah, you see, this is a rare combination when
Yes.
spiritual guru Acharya Sri Mahapragya met President of India APJ Kalam. APJ Kalam used to come for his darshan to meet him many times.
Okay.
Once President mentioned that his vision is that India will become superpower,
Yes.
and we are progressing towards that. And today in 2021 we realize that we have
Yes.
we have great Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has demonstrated that leadership in many international conferences. But in those days, I'm talking about perhaps in 2007, 2008, in those days, when APJ Kalam told this, that India will become superpower, Acharya Sri Mahapragya mentioned that great, India will become superpower, but will India be happy and peaceful? Will
Oh,
India be healthy, happy, and peaceful? So that's kick-started a discussion that becoming a superpower is great, it's nice, but at the same time, the country should not become arrogant and start invading other countries. People in India, citizens of India, should remain healthy and happy. So when
yes.
they started discussing, the lot of points came out from this discussion, and then that time Atarasi Mahapragya said, why not we write a book on this? And that is how this great book came in existence, The Family and the Nation. It's
Okay,
amazing.
great. Great. Okay. Something very unique piece of work, I think, an example in the entire world. Now, you said that there are many points, very important things that are incorporated in this book, The Family and the Nation. And you talked about uh, Dr. Kalam's dream of India becoming superpower one day. So, like the country becoming superpower with a lot of power, obviously can tend to become uh, powerful, can tend to become like there are many things that come with power. That is what the spiritual guru said. So you talked about arrogance, you talked about whether the country can become not only a superpower but a healthy nation. So there is a reference to emotions, right? You were talking about arrogance. The country should not become arrogant if it becomes a superpower, and it should not cause threat to the other countries in the world or the other fellow people that are living on this earth. So my question to you is like, what are certain important points that are incorporated in this book that talk about the impact of power on emotions, or the role of emotions in human life in general?
Absolutely. You see, we need to understand the fundamental element of spiritual therapy is the purity of emotions. This is
Yes.
mentioned in the book, and we need to also understand the best medium to understand and explain human attitude and behavior is the medium of emotions. So we
Yes.
need to understand and develop such a character. What in India, in Indian language, we call Charitra Nirvan. You see, being superpower is good, but people should be also happy and healthy. Certain emotions are seen to be linked with a particular disease.
Okay.
So, what they have mentioned is there are certain essential facts to understand about this medium. And
Okay.
you see, the whole of scientific meditation is based on this premises that the illness is coming because of suppressed emotions.
Okay.
So yeah, and then you see for example, the hypothalamus is a very important point. It's just about pituitary. The pituitary is situated in the center of the eyebrows. Just above pituitary is hypothalamus, and hypothalamus is a very sensitive to emotions and feelings. Okay,
Okay.
that's why we do meditation here. We activate these glands. The emotions continue to affect the body through the involuntary nervous system and the endocrine glands. So, if we understand the science behind all these negative emotions, becoming superpower will give lot of arrogance. That should not happen.
Okay.
Superpower doesn't mean the person should become arrogant and the nation should become arrogant. We have
Okay.
seen there were superpowers in the past. We have seen they all went for war and they started occupying other countries. That should
Yes.
not happen. That make not only the citizen of that country unhappy, but even the rest of the world.
Yes.
See, so, how to become happy and healthy? The secret lies in doing the meditation on these upper glands. This is how
Okay.
we can control, because you see, it is found that the anger leads to high blood pressure. So, if we are able to control the anger, we will be able to also control these emotions and the disease resulting out of these emotions.
Okay.
It is also written in this book. I'm referring to the book of written by APJ Kalam and spiritual guru Mahapragya, The Family and Nation, on page 104 and 105. I would
Okay.
like reader to specifically pay attention to this. It's very important to understand and learn about how to be really happy and healthy and thereby lead the nation, lead the world. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So emotions play a very important role to build up a healthy nation and obviously the healthy world in general. This book, The Family and the Nation, also talks about Yoga Vidya, right?
Yes.
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 Like the role of Yoga Vidya in making a person healthy, and as you said, controlling emotions, managing emotions is a very important part in the progress of any individual, in the progress of any country, in the progress of obviously the entire world. So this book talks about Yoga Vidya and its role in making the life of an individual healthy in every sense. A 360 development of an individual to lead a healthy life emotionally, mentally, and physically. So, what are the references that are made to Yoga Vidya in the family and the nation?
Right. As you said, it's 360-degree happiness and healthiness. So
Yes.
we need to understand, and it is found in the scriptures of Patanjali Yoga. I'm
Okay.
glad you are not saying yoga, you are saying yoga, because that
Yes.
is the correct pronunciation. Unfortunately, the spelling is YOGA, so many people pronounce this as yoga or by mistake. I also sometimes say yoga, but the correct pronunciation is yoga. So in case of Patanjali Yoga, it is very nicely explained, and this Yoga Sutra, the scriptures, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, is divided in 8 different areas. There are 8 limbs. So one is about the social observance, that is non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, and chastity and non-possessiveness. So these
Okay.
are these are the 5 elements of yama. So the first thing is about yama. To what extent you can actually, observe this and practice this. The second is niyam, that is some kind of code of conduct, some guidelines, some rules, that is niyam. So how we can think in a better way? What are the some kind of self-discipline, self-study? Self-study has become very important today, and devotion or surrender. So there are some elements of niyama, that is the rules. The third is the yoga postures, that is asana. Now, here again, I would like to mention that most people refer yoga as physical exercise only.
Okay.
Yoga is a very big thing. One of the thing is physical exercise, that is yogasana. So
Yes.
yogasana and yoga is different thing. Yogasana, that is your physical exercise, workout, is subset of yoga,
Yes.
right? So while talking, people say, "Oh, I'm going to for a workout. I'm going for a yoga." So when we say I'm going for yoga, they normally refer to only this part of
Physical part.
asana, right? The yoga
Yes.
postures, the physical asanas, that is the yoga asanas. The fourth element is the breathing exercise. In yoga, pranayam, in the scriptures, it is mentioned as pranayam, and breathing techniques is a means of controlling the prana, that is your vital force, the vital energy within us. And that breathing exercise, as you are aware, I'm teaching this scientific meditation and online, and we give a lot of importance to 4 breathing exercises. So all this needs to be learned, and that is what is mentioned in the page number 116 in this particular book. You can refer to the book. It's a really very good way to learn about it. The fifth is the pratyahara, that is withdrawal of senses. Dharana, the sixth point is concentration, and the
Okay.
seventh point is meditation, that is
Okay.
dhyana.
Okay.
So we need to learn meditation, and the eighth point is samadhi, that is enlightenment or the bliss, the status of bliss.
Okay.
So that is how these 8 points are given in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, which is referred on this page, which I would request readers to read, and especially the page 120 also. Yes, Kirti.
Okay. So, yoga is a comprehensive system that works on the complete well being, the holistic well being of an individual. This is what the book emphasizes on. And as you said, there are 8 different parts of the Yoga Sutra, Patanjali Yoga Sutra. And meditation is one of the component of the complete comprehensive system of Yoga Vidya. And it not, as you said, it helps you to develop virtues in a person. It helps uh, to have a disciplined lifestyle, because Yoga Vidya also talks about discipline, as you said, a code of conduct, something very important. Breathing, a very important part, breathing exercises. You made a mention of pranayama, and the entire I feel it's something very beautiful that the Indian culture has not only told the people of India, but even the people of the entire world, and the entire world is realizing that the Yoga Vidya of India is actually a comprehensive system, actually a system that is going to help human beings to have enlightened life physically, mentally, and emotionally. Now we're talking about having a happy nation, the family and the nation. This is what this piece of literature is called as. So we are talking about happy individuals, healthy individuals, so that we have a healthy and a happy society, and finally a happy nation and a healthy nation. So my question to you is, how can a nation evolve? How can a nation develop itself so that it really transforms in the real sense into a happy and a healthy nation? How is that possible?
Yes, Kirti, this is very important point. What they have discussed and they have written is that the main unit is the family. If family is healthy and happy, they will make the local area where they are staying, that society, that particular city, also healthy and happy. And when
Yes,
all the cities are happy and healthy in India, the nation will become healthy and happy. So we
yes.
need to boil it down to one single thing like a family. And coming back to your question, it is about intolerance. Intolerance is something which we need to focus on. And in this book, on page 150, it's very nicely described about the intolerance. You see,
Okay.
because of all this technological development, all this amazing internet technology and so on and so forth, we have become, like a slave to that materialistic world. And that has affected our family lifestyle.
Okay.
So, in the context of the modern family relations, should we not accept the reality that this, virtue of intolerance, you see, has become a big challenge, right? The tolerance is Sahishnutta. You see, the
Yes.
understanding and coexistence of family, that is important, but that is actually affecting the lifestyle today. You see, all this advancement in the technology, and it reflects that the egoistic psyche, the arrogance, the ego has also become more prevalent in this today's time. That
Yes.
should not happen. Along with the power and the money, the status, the person should not become arrogant. If the family is not arrogant, the societies, the cities will not be arrogant, the nation will not be arrogant. The nation is led by such leaders. So we should be able to enjoy and digest that power.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you see, the economic and intellectual development without tolerance is not going to give the result. So, that is what we need to understand and uh, actually try practicing meditation to get the correct code of conduct.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Kirti.
Yes. So what I understand from the discussion is that the president, late Dr. Abdul Kalam, and the spiritual guru, Mahapragya, both of them insist on this fact that the nation, before it becomes a superpower, needs to be matured enough. It needs to evolve to reach a state where it is able to handle power, because like becoming a superpower is something very big, and being able to handle that power, as you said, you use the word digesting the power. So like to become a superpower, it is very important that a strong foundation is built up. The nation should build its strong foundation, which is based on sound principles and sound virtues, and the nation should be prepared to become a superpower. This is what probably this book insists on. So unless and until the country becomes capable enough physically, mentally, and emotionally to become a superpower, it will not be able to leverage the benefits of becoming a superpower in a positive way, in the right sense. So this is the understanding I get from this discussion. Now, a very beautiful book. You have given references of so many pages where some important things are mentioned in this book. The page number where emotions, about emotions, it is being written about emotions. The page where it is written about the Yoga Vidya, as you mentioned. Then the pages where how a happy nation, a healthy nation can evolve. You have mentioned these page numbers. So obviously, I think the listeners who are listening to our episode, the viewers who are watching our episode, obviously would want to see this book, would obviously want to read this book. So how do we get this book? Where do we get it from?
Oh, yes. This book is available with Jain Vishwa Bharati, Ladnu in Rajasthan. And you can always send me a message, and I will be very happy to actually guide to how you can get this book. My
Okay.
WhatsApp number is scrolling here, my WhatsApp number. So send me a message. Anybody wants to get this book easily, and it's also available online in on Amazon and other online portals where you
Okay.
can directly get it. But I strongly recommend that all of us read this book, study this book, and share this book with our fellow citizens of India, because we are on
Okay.
the verge of becoming a really great nation, not only in our neighborhood but for the entire planet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it is good idea to get this book. Let me conclude by just saying that in this book we believe that it is possible to evolve a noble nation with the basic foundation of righteousness in the heart. You
Okay.
see, so that kind of kind-hearted feeling is important when you are becoming superpower, right? And what they have written is that our people can live in a clean, green environment without pollution, that is, prosper without poverty. I like that what they have written, prosper without poverty, yeah, experience peace without fear of war, experience peace without fear of war, and have a happy place to live their lives. And thereby, our nation can become a model state for the evolution of noble society on this planet Earth. So, I hope this book will be read with a feeling of deep understanding and to explore how creation of kind of beautiful family will lead to the evolution of a noble nation. Thank you very much, Kirti.
Yes, thank you, sir, for the wonderful inputs and the information about this wonderful piece of literature, The Family and the Nation. Friends, do take a copy of this book. Please read this book, because probably, as Jyoti sir said, we are all on the way of becoming a great nation, a noble nation. The nation should not only be great, but a noble nation with happy and healthy individuals, so that a positive leadership is created, a positive leadership is generated in the world. And the nation should be able to lead the world, not rule the world. So, this is the basic intention why Dr. Kalam, along with the spiritual guru Mahapragya, thought of writing this book, and have written this book with wonderful inputs that talks about the comprehensive Yog Vidya system as well as it talks about meditation as an integral part of a happy, healthy, physically, mentally, and emotional life. Thank you so much for joining us on this 40th episode of Health with a Scientific Meditation channel. We'll meet again on next Monday to discuss more about scientific meditation and more about a healthy and a happy lifestyle. Thank you so much for joining us on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Thank you.